Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast, the only podcast I say you didn't know you needed. I look at Brent and Josh and I say to both of them, now I say what I want, I do what I want, and I go where I want to go. Ain't no strong man safe from the hangman. Baby, now, don't you know? Say hello, Josh.
Better smile when you say damn Yankees there. Um,
Hey, hey.
and
Damn, you took it from me.
hey, well,
I was waiting for Josh to say this episode's about damn Yankees, and I'm like,
there's
oh, you didn't
a
smile. You didn't smile.
there's a little girl in Des Moines, Iowa, I know too. Or is it Jessica? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's a good song. That's a good song. It's not a Night Ranger song. It's a damn Yankee song. What's going on here?
You
Is
tell me.
this a cover
Brent,
pod? Is this a cover podcast?
I got to change my backdrop. Brent did send me a design for damn Yankees. Fans and damn fans. Bruntry, how you doing, buddy?
Tired. How you doing?
All right, good times.
Good.
It's cold as balls down here in Nashville, ladies and gentlemen. In case you haven't seen any of the news, we have got Ohio's weather, apparently.
Yeah, well, it was great because I went out to meet Josh we did a record deal the other night. He was in town and he was outside waiting. I mean, he was in these doors at the hotel waiting for me. And he comes out and gets in the car. He's like, man, we're lucky as shit. It's missed us, it's cold as shit.
Yeah, you guys are colder, but man, that's just snow and ice underneath of it. It's good
We're
times.
going to be in the 60s like next Thursday, like 61 degrees, I think is what they're projecting.
There you go.
Hey, and it was a record deal.
You keep saying that.
There
Well,
were
enough
no,
of this hot weather talk, Josh. What are we here for? Why are we on this recording? What's going on? I brought us some damn Yankees. You got something you want to talk about or what?
you motherfucker, you passing the buck over to me.
I'll pop my
Smile.
chest out to you.
Supposed to,
Smile.
Andy's supposed to say, "Hey, this episode we are looking at the brand new Damn Yankees Friday music releases, the gold vinyl and the red vinyl that they
I have a
just
question.
released." Yes.
What is Friday's music? You guys said that, and I was unaware
Company.
of.
Yeah, just a
just another
company that does a lot of reissues.
And they do a lot of reissues of one reissue,
They do a lot of reissues of a lot of the 80s bands that we like and some of the 70s ones. And I don't think they press a lot, and they're just a unique color for that company.
All right.
So Friday music, and I can't exactly remember. They did a previous release. I know at least one of the two previous Damn Yankees releases was Friday music, and I think it was maybe Silver. I don't know. We'll get to it. And then this time they re-released it as one was red and one was gold. So we're going to go through that. But we decided, well, why we're doing it, why don't we go through all the Damn Yankee releases? I got the CDs and the vinyl. There's not that much. There's only 2 records, but there are some bootlegs out there, some 45s, some CD singles, some CD
12 inches.
bootlegs. There's that. I may not have that. And I definitely know I didn't grab the 45 of it. So keep that out.
I just now remembered I have like every promo CD of the songs for the radio edits, and they're remastered or remixed or what have you, and they're edited down.
Yeah, I didn't grab.
I have all those.
Grab the CDs as well. You know
I
what?
forgot all about them. I just now thought about it. Yeah, I have all the CD singles that they released to radio, and they're remixed and they're edited down for time. And usually they'll have the regular version and the edited version on there. I have those. They're actually boxed up, but I think there's about 4 from the first album, if I remember right. It's been years since I've seen them, to be honest with you. But yeah, they didn't have covers. They were just, promo CDs. And I used to get the long boxes from when I worked at the record stores, and somebody buy it, and I'd open
Yeah.
it, and I'd cut the long box up, and I make covers out of
Josh,
it.
Josh looks like he's having a conniption fit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pause because
You
I
got
got
the
the
long
long
box.
box. I went deep into the archives, and I don't fucking know where it's at. But anyways, we got the we're gonna do with what we got, right? And if you watch future episodes of whatever I forgot, maybe I'll bring on. But I guess starting with the first record. Now, according to the mighty trusty Wikipedia, the album came out February 22nd, 1990. Brent, does that sound correct?
It does not sound correct.
Uh-oh.
But then again, I got this a month before it was released in the stores. I didn't know anything about it. My mom worked at a radio station called WBLZ. They played nothing but rap, Big Daddy Kane and shit like that. And whenever there was rock stuff that would come in, they would just give it to her and say, "Take this home to your son." So she brings this home one day and hands it to me, and I'm like, "Is that Jack Blades?" And so I had the Damn Yankee CD, and this is a promo because it's white. The regular edition is a silver CD itself. Nothing bonus on it. Everything else is regular, except for I get it all signed up from when I was a kid. Going backstage, I gave Jack Blades a bunch of big life stuff.
So, you're saying that if it wasn't February, when you thinking?
I thought it was more spring, summer.
I think you're right.
Because it just
because
feels like that.
So, coming of age. Now, again, according to Wikipedia, which doesn't mean anything, it's coming of age was released May of 1990. Now, to me, that may be when the record came out, because you got to remember, I'm 12 years old, going on 13 that year. I don't buy music magazines. All right. I'm already kind of disenchanted with MTV. I wasn't getting into the warrants and the, all those slaughters and stuff. I was more Aerosmith, um, Motley Crue. Night Ranger was still there, but I was into that kind of stuff. Actually, I was into probably more. I was getting into the Who and stuff like that. So, I wasn't watching MTV, and my aunt told me that Jack Blades is in a new group. I saw him on MTV, and he's in a band with Tommy Shaw of Styx and Ted Nugent. Now, ironically, I was at some big outdoor extravaganza where they're selling a whole bunch of stuff, and my aunt was buying, this is 1990, buying LPs for a quarter, right? Brand new. And one of the ones she bought was Tommy Shaw. And I remember asking, well, who's that? I didn't know who Tommy Shaw. Oh, he was in Styx. And I maybe kind of knew a couple songs from them. So, anyways, I knew the name. It was just weird. A couple weeks later, oh, Tommy Shaw. Like, oh yeah, I remember that name. Now, here's how I can put a date on it. Is I'm 12 years old. I stayed the night with my buddy, and we stayed up and watched one of the either opening day. Wouldn't it probably been opening day? I think opening day would have been more during the day, but we stayed up and watched like maybe opening weekend of baseball. So right around the 1st of April. And I stayed up some after the game and watched MTV at his house. Never saw it. I stayed up. I got up early in the morning, watched for a couple hours, and then finally it came on.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's Jack Blades. As a, at that time, I'm 12 years old. I've been a Night Ranger fan for what? 7 of them, right? it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my entire life. And um it was just great. Like, oh my God, there's someone from Night Ranger. I would say the cassette was out because I don't remember having to wait. I remember going to our local record store, Buzzard's Nest, and buying the cassette, a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been, like I said, about the first week of April. It was the year the Reds won the World Series too.
Wire to wire.
Yep. So,
You know,
so I don't.
here's one for timeline. This was Andy's first CD. Andy's told us about this, and he went and bought a boombox and a CD at Sears. Andy,
Yeah.
when did you buy those? And don't say 1990.
Do you think I have any recollection when I bought this?
Go.
Truthfully, I think I bought it though in the summer, so it would have not done anything to do with the time of the release. It's just when I'd saved up enough money from my minimum wage job to buy the CD, and I had $20 left over of my purchase price. So I bought one CD, and I knew about I think you told me about Damn Yankees, and I'd seen coming of age video, so I was like, well, I got to get this CD, and that's all I had for God the longest time. I had one CD I played over and over, but I have zero recollection of when I bought it.
Now back then, Tuesdays was the record release day, 1990.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been February 22nd. That's a Thursday. So February 20th. But like I said, I just distinctly remember, and again, I could be wrong. It's like now I swear it had been the first, like I said, weekend. I always thought opening day, but that just can't be right, so maybe opening weekend. But so like I said, I think it was like springish. So again, I think like early April, opening. Back then maybe the baseball
Mm-hmm.
season didn't start quite as early, so it could have been, the 7th. I'm looking at this calendar, or the 14th. But anyways, so hey, anybody's got a damn date on that? You
It's
let
funny
us.
while you guys were talking. I jumped over. I was looking up online, and everybody out that February 22nd date is all you see.
I wonder when it charted. I mean, I remember we did the episode on this, and there was some discrepancy between what came out second and what came out third between High Enough and Come Again, and I said it was Come Again,
And it was
if
proven.
I
I think
remember right. Is that right?
it's not right
No,
because
no. Is that I'm talking about the conversation? Was that
yes,
the
yes,
conversation we had?
you thought it was Come Again, and it wasn't. Now, all right, so Night Ranger does a big tour with Bad Company that summer. My two aunts were going to go to the show. Not my aunt that took me to Night Ranger, or we talk about with Night Ranger and it got me into him, but her older sisters and my mom's younger sisters. So my two aunts are going. Capitol Music Center. Remember, when the tickets go on sale, I'm 12. My mom tells me I can't go. Like, well, I'm upset, but whatever, right? A couple days before, my mom surprises me that they got me a ticket. I can go. It's like August 3rd, 2nd, something like that, 1990. I remember
March
being
31st, 1990 is what Billboard's showing its release date.
all right. That makes a little bit of sense. I
That
mean,
coincides with opening day.
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
So,
See, I know shit.
um, so what? Oh, concert.
Yeah, yeah. Surprise you with the ticket.
So surprise me to the ticket. Damn Yankees is opening. I remember we had to wait for one of my aunt's friends. I'm like, looking at my watch, like, fuck. And I remember walking in from the parking lot and I could hear him on stage.
Oh,
And I'm like, shit. But I didn't care. I still got to see the set. I think I probably heard the opening song, maybe the second or third song. Um, got a shirt. Had a drunk guy fall on me. My aunt's boyfriends at the time, he was just standing in front of me and kind of passed out and fell back on me.
yeah.
I wasn't really too worried about it, but they picked him up and gave him a big toss.
Is that when little Josh went? That looks like a good time.
Yeah. Well,
How do you get like that?
I never never, I mean, I'm almost 100% able to say like I've never gotten just drunk to where, and I just pass out.
Yeah.
Like I may just go, I'm fucking done, right? And go somewhere and pass out. But I've just never been, and I've been hammered at concerts, but you know, not to, to where I'm just falling on random people. But it's just people I know.
Mm.
Um, but what I remember most about that, again, it's early August, is there was no second single, and they didn't play high enough, which at the time didn't really stand out to me because it was a ballad, right?
Yeah.
And that's the only really ballad on the record. And it, so anyways, I just looked. Now again, who knows what's true or not, but High Enough, they said, wasn't released until September. So I'm pretty sure after it probably hit
Yeah,
the airwaves,
that
they're
tracks.
they're playing, because I just always remember that stuck in my head that, and at the time I didn't think like, oh my God, they didn't play High Enough. I was just thinking, what songs didn't they play? Right.
Yeah.
I could probably still tell you they played Coming of Age, they played Bad Reputation. Now this is again August of '90. They did not play Runaway. They did not play High Enough. They played Damn Yankees. They played Come Again. They did not play Mystified. They played Rock City. They did not play Tell Me How You Want It. And I think they played Pile Driver. And then they played um,
Cat Scratch Fever.
Cat Scratch Fever.
Mm.
They played
Rocket America.
Renegade. I can't remember which one they played. Either Rockin' America or Don't Tell Me You Love
Don't
Me.
Tell
And
Me.
then in '92 at the Don't Tread tour, they played the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also on the '92 tour, they also played Cat Scratch Fever and Free For All.
Yeah.
So they did two Nugent songs. They did Renegade both times, and then they flipped the Night Ranger songs. I just can't remember which one. I want to say they did Don't Tell Me You Love Me on that tour. So yeah, so um the only song I'm a little bit kind of like on the edge on was if they did Mystified. I can't remember, like for 100%. I don't think they did.
Brandon, are you looking at Setlist FM? See if it's on there.
No, I'm not.
But I can guarantee, I do know 100, almost 100% they did not do Runaway, High Enough,
Yeah.
Tell Me How You Want. But yeah, so it was great. Hey, Night Rangers, I got some Night Ranger connection. Um, and then Come Again, this is just off of Wikipedia. Um, December of '90. Um, hey, that's me drunk.
That's your head's cut off.
Um, but
I'll find a better one.
but all that work for that.
Hold on, I got another one. I got like 4 or 5 of them.
Come Again, December 1990. You don't have to. Uh, didn't get any airplay. I don't know if that video was ever even on MTV, but it did get radio airplay, at least here. And then also Runaway. Hey, look at that. Sexy beast. Be careful,
Yeah.
ladies. Runaway and Bad Reputation were released, and I don't remember. There's no videos recorded for those. I really don't remember hearing those on the radio. So anyways, there's your first Damn Yankees story, at least for me. You guys went and saw them at Cincinnati Gardens?
Yes.
Trying to think when the first time was, either Riverbend or the Gardens, because they came here 2 or 3 times on that first tour.
Yeah, I mean,
But then again, I saw them in Dayton. I saw them in Columbus, I believe it was. So I saw a lot of different shows.
All right, get my belly off.
Yeah,
This
I'm
toilet
trying. I'm
back there,
trying.
motherfucker. Jesus. But they did. I mean, if you go look up Damn Yankee ticket stubs, I mean, they played everywhere. And yeah, I mean, I like I said, being 12, 13 at the time, riding my bike, I was just lucky to see him,
Hey,
once.
hang on, Josh. I looked up on Setlist FM your set list, right? Capital Music Center,
Yep.
Grove City. Says here August 2nd, 1990. Sound right?
Yep.
Damn Yankees, Rock City, Bad Reputation, Free for All, Mystified, Come Again, Pile Driver, Renegade, Don't Tell Me, Cat Scratch, Coming of Age. Now that's what Setlist FM says. I was
What
just
was the
trying to see if
what was the last song?
Coming of Age.
I guess possibly. Um,
Yeah, just try to see if that helps jar the memory any.
I
So what
just
was the first song?
Damn Yankees,
Yeah. Okay.
Rock
Well,
City, Bad Reputation, Free for All, Mystified, Come Again, Pile Driver, and then Renegade, Don't Tell Me, Cat Scratch, and Coming of Age.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't.
Not bad.
You know, what I remember is I thought all their solo songs were more at the end,
Yeah.
right? Because I could swear I saw all three of them, right? Like I saw Nugent do his, I saw Tommy do his, I saw Jack do his.
So Brent, we would have seen him at Riverbend first. August 1st, 1990 would have been our,
okay.
You know what's
and there's no set list stated, but I'm sure it was the same set
you
list.
know what's crazy is that somewhere in my mind, 34 years ago, going on 34 years, rambling in there was the fact that I think they played Mystified. Like
Yeah.
remember how I said I was like, that one seems a little bit, but I guess they did. So they played
Excuse me.
they played Coming of Age, according to this, Coming of Age, Bad
Yes.
Reputation. Um, like I said, they didn't do Runaway, they didn't do High Enough, right?
Right.
No High Enough, all right.
Yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through to see when High Enough joins the set list.
So
So,
yeah, they did Come Again or no
yes.
Come Again. Okay, Come Again, Mystified, Rock City, all right.
Yeah. I didn't have
And I
that.
remember Tom and I
And they
both
did
complaining that they should have been doing
Okay, so I have a
Mr.
August, sorry, Brent, go ahead.
No,
Finish.
go ahead.
August 22nd, this set list from Poughkeepsie, New York. And this is it only shows 5 songs. I don't know how accurate this is, but it says they played High Enough, Crystal Ball, Renegade, Mr. Please, and Coming of Age.
that can't be right, Mr.
No,
Please. No,
Chris.
no.
That doesn't sound right at all. I'm like, wait a
No.
minute. These people are high. Go ahead.
And I can't really see them doing Crystal Ball. I've never
No.
heard them doing that, with
I'll keep looking.
I
Talk
mean,
amongst
I
yourselves.
think they did, uh Blue Collar Man, a few times over Renegade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tommy
Yeah.
Jack only had 2 songs.
I'm just trying to see when does High Enough enter the set, but go ahead.
But yeah, it says September's when
When it was released, right?
it was released. So we got that first record that Brent showed the
In the promo, but it still felt like it was warmer when I got it. But I
so
did. I had it about a month before it came out.
I'm just going to do CDs first. So here is the High Enough CD single.
Oh, it looks like, yeah, what Brent has behind him.
Has
Mm.
the Pile Driver LP version, and it has Bone Stripper, which would have been an unreleased track, which was on the Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Not a
Britt,
great movie.
we're getting to the vinyl next, buddy.
No, I'm just holding up the song
We're
titles.
taking from the forthcoming soundtrack, Nothing But Trouble. So, if you would have gotten this, you would have got Bone Stripper first. Trying to see what, and I probably got more, but not
Sometimes the
everything
CDs have
organized.
different things on them than the EPs did.
Come Again,
Sometimes.
radio mix and single mix, for the CD single. And there's really nothing special about these CD
Yeah.
singles.
Other than those mixes and the edits. And that's more or less the video edit because the video it's the same thing.
Here's the Runaway CD single. Like I said, it was released as a single, but it's just that song and there's nothing else
Mhm.
on it. I guess why I got singles out. Here's one other CD single. Where Are You Going Now? I think there's another one too out there, but on CD. But this has Where You Going Now live and High Enough live. So now I think they're taken from the DVD, that Don't Tread DVD.
Yeah.
But you would have the audio here, which is the two bonus tracks that were on the Rock Candy release. And then if you watch the Rock Candy release, you got the Damn Yankees CD with the oldies. You got the Rock Candy release. And you had like Brent's first CD, that's the Damn Yankees. That's the Damn Yankees promo. It's got the white CD. There's a Damn Yankees Don't Tread promo that the disc is different as well. I don't think I have it. I know it exists, but you can tell it's a promo. Probably on the back, it's going to be stamped, but the CD is different. Where let's see here.
Yeah, the CD itself even says promotional copy only.
So you have a Japanese version of the first record. Nothing different, just an OB strip and a Japanese booklet. The Don't Tread Japanese booklet or Japanese version has a cardboard sleeve.
Oh yeah.
So alternate cover, different back. Right? So it's got that, has the CD in it, but comes with this CD book. It's a little larger than a CD case. But it comes with maybe like this transfer sticker.
Okay.
And it's got all kinds of photos that are not in that first or in the US version. There's Blades himself.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Look, these are just some nice guys just hanging out, just create some rock and roll.
Just writing happy epic songs. Hey Josh, I did find a full set list. December 14th of 90. High Enough is in the set list by then.
Yeah, by
And
that
it was
time,
probably a little earlier, but some of the set lists weren't complete. This one looks complete. And it
Mhm.
also has You Can Still Rock in America in the set list.
All right, so they changed it up a little bit.
I mean, again, we don't know how accurate it is.
Look at those guys.
Like, everybody smile.
So that's, like I said, that's cool that it comes with this extra booklet, that vinyl transfer. It does come with some bonus tracks. The Come Again radio mix and Bone Stripper, which was on a Nothing But Trouble disc. I don't know if there's anything really different with the. Looks like everything else with the booklet. I don't have an Obi strip for this, or maybe it didn't come with one. I do not know. But anyways, so it's one of the better Japanese releases. Where most of the time, you just get the bonus track. Well, this has the bonus track and this, book that has a lot of other cool shit. Here's a CD single, was released in this was actually released where you could go buy it, which there wasn't a lot of CD singles for Damn Yankees like that. Cassette singles, yes. Silence is Broken. Which I can't remember if that was on the soundtrack or not. Was it? What's the other one? Side two. Someone to Believe. I think that's on a John Claude Van Damme Nowhere to Run
Nice.
movie soundtrack.
JCVD.
But so there's that. If we go back to the first record, here's a CD bootleg, kinda. It's meant to look official, and maybe it was overseas or wherever the hell this came from, Germany. Live and Alive. So nothing crazy, but like I said, it's looks somewhat commercial. Probably something illegal in Germany. Damn Yankees, bad reputation. Come again, mystified pile driver. Renegade, don't tell me you love me. Cat scratch fever and coming of age. Recorded live in the USA, 1990. So maybe coming of age did close the show. I mean, closed it on this. So
Yeah.
um, and then just rounding out whatever CDs I got here. Got some piece of paper, and I think it's a press release from Warner Brothers. But the first place you could buy "Don't Tread on Me" was off the Barcelona Gold soundtrack, which was Barcelona 1992 Olympics, um, that Warner Brothers put out. So that's the first place you could have got it. Then most bands have an extended series that's out there. This came out 2008. Damn Yankees, uprising high enough, don't tread on me. Where you going now? 15 minutes of fame, come again, coming of age. Renegade, Cat Scratch Fever, and Rock in America. Where was this recorded? So this is again pulled from that.
Colorado.
Yep, pulled from that.
Yeah, that videotape.
And
Now,
I
speaking of the videotape, the
Yep.
very first videotape off the first album that we're talking about, did you know it was on Laserdisc in Japan?
we'll get there.
Oh,
Um, um, so there's been some like like put-togethers, kind of, right? So you got like this greatest hit flashback series, whatever. High enough and other hits. So high
Yep.
enough, coming of age. Where are you going down? Don't tread on me. Come again in 15 minutes. Mr. Please, bad reputation, pile driver, and damn Yankees. Um, so, and then there's another one that's out there, maybe the exact same, but it's got like a blue purple cover with them on it.
mm-hmm.
I have it. I just don't know where I put it. So there you go. Now the thing to get is, and I don't have all of them at least around. I know I got coming of age somewhere, but this is a good one to get. The
Nice.
Damn Yankees Come Again cassette single,
Yeah, the
because
singles.
both versions
Yeah, I
on
remember
this
that.
are different, and they're both good. Come Again radio mix and Come Again single mix. Like one's a little bit more acoustic. Now I will say it's been a while since I've put this in, but I just remember both of them being different and very good. There's this one, bada bing. High enough
Nice.
single version and pile driver. Now I do have them. I don't know if I showed them on an episode. I bought a couple cassette singles from Australia, right? I think I had them sitting back here to show you guys at one time, and I must have moved them.
Josh,
I
do you
don't.
remember singles back? I mean, you were young, but
These?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
did you ever pick them up?
these were around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, even 45s. I mean, again, I was still, you know, well, not that I was really buying them myself, but I mean, I was
Yeah.
looking at records when I was 6 and 7, so 83 and 45. I remember going to Woolworths and looking through the 45s and seeing When You Close Your Eyes, So, um,
We were just in that weird transition. We were going from cassette to CD, and so they were there. You weren't going to get everything released on that, and it was a strange time.
well, and I could afford cassette singles, I mean,
Yeah, they were like
especially
what, two ninety
two,
eight,
They were
yeah.
$1.99.
$1.99.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they were record tape outlet anyway.
so
Yeah,
I could get,
I only shopped at Camelot,
yeah.
Brent.
But, anyways, the
Somebody looked this up. First, I think the first single was Brian Adams in the Heat of the Night. I think.
the one from Australia has a different cover, okay? And it's the only time I've ever seen Pile Driver have an additional title.
Oh.
It's titled Pile Driver, and I can't remember exactly, but in parentheses, I think it's titled A Love Song.
That
But it's the
has
only
to be
place
tongue in
I've
cheek.
ever seen that. But that's the title of the song, Pile Driver, A Love Song. And I got it. I just don't know where the fuck I put it. But there's that. We got, of
Well,
course,
didn't Ted used to introduce that as a love song?
oh, probably.
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
I gotta look.
Here we go. Damn Yankees world premiere broadcast Rockline. So the
Nice.
date of this is 3/19/90. So I guess I'd have to listen to this again and see what's actually on it. That might be the thing. Hey, in stores March 28th or something. I don't know. But anyways, there's that.
All right, hold on. Let me answer Brent's question. According to Wiki, the very first world released single was Bow Wow Wow. The first one in the United States was the Go-Go's Vacation.
Really?
Now that's again according to Wikipedia. Josh, carry on.
Yeah.
When we got this, the VHS, man, we're just sitting it all while we're at.
That's cool as hell.
Had the Come Again video, this is the first place I saw the Come Again video.
Yeah.
Because it was never on MTV. Or at least I never saw it. High Enough, Coming of Age when they were on MTV Unplugged. So just that one song and then the Coming of Age video contains exclusive behind the scenes footage of the making of the High Enough video. Another thing I remember is seeing Jack with his kids, right? And thinking, God, it's got to be so cool to have Jack Blades as your dad. And then, fast forward in the future, I'm sitting at a table with,
Jack Blade's kid.
So I got a couple of these. This is summer of 91, winter tour 91. So most of you guys know these back before the internet and stuff. You would get this at the start of a leg of a tour, and it would have all your contacts. So, if you're Jack Blades, it gives you a whole 2-month itinerary of where you're going to be, what hotel, how far you are from places, who's your contact. So this is February of 91. Cincinnati, February 91, February 2nd, the Gardens. So there
It
you
was a Tuesday or Wednesday, if I remember right.
This says Saturday.
I think. Really?
Saturday the 2nd, Gardens, Cincinnati, Ohio. The night before they were in Lexington. The day after they're in Indianapolis. But
That's the famous Ted Gets Arrested show, isn't it?
Oh no, I thought. Pardon me. I thought that the first time they were at the Gardens. I wasn't there. I thought there was a summer show at the Gardens too.
But there, you got the I-10, who's all doing what. Tucker Williamson, road manager. Mark Newman, guitar technician for Tommy and Jack, who's been on the podcast before. And then it has all their camo management and stuff like that. You want to call Bruce Bird. But there you go. There's that. See what else we got in here. What else we got in here? Here, this is like probably one of the worst advertisements. I know I showed this somewhere. 1991.
It looks like a restaurant, right?
It is. Damn Yankees, come again. And it shows this lady sitting, looking out through the window. Thank you. Please come again. Check out these tasty selections. Come again. Top 5 AOR. High enough. Devoured by 25 plus females. The album, 2 million satisfied customers. So it's meant to look like a restaurant advertisement, right? Whatever.
It's horrible.
They should have used the sign from A Mighty Wind. E at O's.
There's one press or promo 8x10. Here's the album cover one. A little extended. That might be it. What we got here? What we got here? That's Shaw Blades. Bam. All right. So there you go. There's kind of all the other stuff that's out there for Damn Yankees. Getting your Damn Yankees bill.
Whether you needed it or not.
So let's save the opening to the end. Let's do the original releases. So 1990, not a lot of vinyl being printed, and most of it, if it is being printed, is either promo versions that ironically are still being sent to radio stations along with CDs, or through the record clubs. So most of your versions are going to be, Columbia Records, maybe BMG. So here is the original that was released, and you can see that it's a promo version. So it's got that gold stamp there on the front. I don't think anything on the vinyl doesn't say, promo or anything like that. You can just see plastic.
Yeah, just your standard Warner Brothers tag.
And just everything on the back is that barcode for US. So basically, not much different than a regular stock copy, except has that promo, gold promo stamp on the front. And most of them I've seen are on the front and right in the center, bottom center. I'm not saying that all of them are like that, but so what do I got here? This one still has the shrink on it, but it is opened. This is Columbia Records, so no barcode. But if you look here, manufactured, that's really the only difference, except it comes with a paper dust jacket. I would assume that's original. It seems to have a little age to it. And no CRC on the label. So sometimes the labels will have that CRC, and this one doesn't. So again, looks very similar to the store copy, but this would be Columbia Record Company and just has that Columbia Records on the bottom. The hell's this one, Andy?
Shit, if I know.
I
Vietnamese version?
I think this is a regular US version without the promo stamp. So this would be US version,
Like a store bought.
yeah, store-bought copy. Yeah, I don't see anything different. So as you can tell, I never got to labeling these. So, and I got literally probably 100 other Night Ranger records over the last, because when did I label all those? 2020. So
Take care of
over
that record. Guy's taking care of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just shoving it in there.
shove it in there, make it fit. All right, so this one's easy. This is Germany. So I think the covers. Oh wait, something's different here.
They probably hated the damn Yankees.
All right, let me see what the hell is different here. And we have a spill. Oh no. Maybe not. Oh. So Germany. Just want to say made in Germany on the back, right there. Nothing crazy, different logo there at the bottom.
With your LC, the oval. It's in all the
yes,
European
then,
presses.
Then it's got that Gemma
Mm-hmm.
box. So you got that. Just hear that?
No.
Yeah, dog upstairs, wondering where the hell I'm at. And
Are you
honestly,
sure are you sure you want to save the color to the end?
so that's actually it that I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if there's a Japanese copy
There's
out
a
there.
Japanese one on Discogs, I believe I just saw when I put this down.
Don't always trust that. Okay.
I
there's
know, but sometimes they get them from England and they sell them in Japan and what have you.
all right, but uh, and
Because the Japanese love the
but
European
I
vinyl.
do know there's one from Guatemala. All right, I've looked at buying it. I think it's maybe on eBay or it was like $80. So like I'm not really going to do that. But there is one from Guatemala. There's probably one from Mexico. So I'm just showing you what I got. Again, go to Discogs. They can maybe help you out a little bit there.
You know the old George Carlin joke, don't you?
Huh.
You show me a tropical fruit and I'll show you a cocksucker from Guatemala.
All right, so here we go. All right,
I
so
couldn't help it.
these are the two reissues that were done earlier. All right. So one's Friday music and one is music on vinyl. I think music on vinyl was first because I remember the second one having the gatefold, and I was like, "Oh, that's different, right?" Because they were never done on gatefold. So music on vinyl. Brent would maybe like this because you can open them if you wanted. It always had that resealable back.
Yeah.
Now I still like them sealed.
And they come with like a hype sticker on the front here. Legendary debut, hard rock, limited editions of 1,000 copies on silver vinyl. So here's that silver vinyl.
Oh, that's nice looking.
Try to see if it tells you what year this was printed. 1990. So there's the silver vinyl. Came with the black sleeve. And really it's pretty close to the original version. On the bottom, it's just got that music on vinyl logo there at the bottom. And it is numbered. I got whatever 329. So so that was the first reissue. Was
But
not was
when did
not
that come out?
bad. Probably within the last 10 years, I would say.
Okay.
I would say maybe like 2017, 18, 19, maybe in there. And and then the next one that was released was this. Now, if you look, this album cover was a little bit different. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but look at the eagle. And then I think look at the eagle here. Maybe not. Just seems like the Damn Yankees was a little bit different. I'd have
It
to
looks like
look.
the damn Yankees is lower on the one on your hand
Yeah.
right there versus the other one.
So the front was a little different. Now they advertised this as being a gatefold, right? So I was saying I'm kind of excited to get this. So it's a gatefold. That was the big selling point of this. Just black vinyl though. So nothing in
Custom
particular.
label.
Correct, the Friday music. But the selling point for this thing was the gatefold. So again, you have that different barcode, the different Friday music logo. And this was the gatefold, the inside of the cassette.
That's pretty nice.
The only thing is, if you can look, let's see here. Where's it at? Right here. Look how pixelated it is.
Yeah, well,
you may not see it.
Yeah.
yeah, I could see it.
You know,
Oh yeah, you
but
can see it.
so it was like I was a little disappointed with. It's like you just zoomed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could use a
Like-
crisper image.
Like,
Well, they didn't have the original
well, I know,
file.
but then don't use that if you're going to do a
Right.
gatefold, right? You just do something new or unique. So, anyways, there's that. Damn Yankees Don't Tread. There is a vinyl release. It's from Korea. That's the only one that I've ever seen. Not very easy to get your hands on. As far as I know, there's no Obi strip. So there it is.
By the way, there's no Japanese release on vinyl. It was just CD. I went back and checked it.
It does seem a little pixelated. A little, it does seem.
Is it flimsy too?
Nah, not too flimsy.
Okay.
It's a different feel.
It's very glossy looking.
And you can see it does have like a copyright and stuff on it, but I don't know what all that means. If I remember correctly, they left a song off. Don't Tread on Me, 15 minutes. Dirty Dog. Silence is Broken, Firefly. Because there's 11 tracks on that record, right?
I'll tell you in a minute. Top of my head, I don't remember.
I don't have it close to me.
Yes, 11 tracks. So
if they left us Dirty Dog, it's because that's dinner. They don't,
well, that too. Or it could be spacing on the record, but Dirty Dog is not on this record. So you got it. You have an insert with all the lyrics on one side, that photo. And I mean, you do have a Warner Brothers label, so that's the only Damn Yankees version of Don't Tread on vinyl that I know that's out there. Now back to what Brent
11 tracks
going on with Laserdisc is there is the first VHS on Laserdisc, which I do not have. Have this on Laserdisc. So this is the second VHS of the live show from Colorado.
Yeah, and that's also on DVD, isn't it?
Yes, and it's still in print. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you dropped out for a second when you were holding that up.
Yeah. It's just giving me a little alert here.
We enjoyed it.
Adobe strip. I don't know if there's anything like a booklet in here or not. There is. So just whatever that is. So some Japanese writing. And then the big old laser disc. And to top it off, what do we got here? Mary Turner, who just recently passed away last year. April 15th, 1991. So them just talking about the record. Looks like they play Mystified, Coming of Age, Renegade, Cat Scratch Feeder, Pile Drivers. Maybe it has some live stuff on it. Babe. This ain't going to be, they're not playing Babe, I don't think, unless they do that little acoustic part at the beginning. Rockin' America, When You Close Your Eyes, Bad Reputation, Come Again, and Damn Yankees. I need to listen to that again. So there you go. The only thing really that we haven't touched on, Brent, behind you, you got that 12-inch release of
yeah. From the UK, Mr. Mark Greenway brought this and gave it to me when he came into town with Andy.
And there's also a 7-inch that I got somewhere, and I don't know how many of these I got, but you got 45s of the single version of High Enough, B-side Pile Driver, Come Again, Radio Mix, Come Again, single mix, so it's like the CD. Here you go. Silence is Broken and Double Coyote. So that's from Don't Tread 45. Again, Silence is Broken to Where You Going Now? This Side of Hell. What else we got? I don't know. I got some doubles there, but so there we go. I mean, that's enough Damn Yankees to make you want to puke.
More than they even know about.
Yeah. So I don't know, just some Damn Yankees stuff. Is I think it used to be called Deer Creek, maybe in Indianapolis last year on the Party Gras tour.
Mm-hmm.
No, Deer Creek was. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's now called the Ruoff.
Yeah.
All right. So I was with him for 2 or 3 days. Anyways, we was at that one, and I remember I must have been walking with Jack, and Ed came up to us, and he's like, "Hey, have you guys seen
Yeah.
the dressing room?" And we're like, "Yeah, maybe that's where we were walking." And then they got a big Damn Yankees mural there, and so we walked in, and they had in that dressing room a big blow up on the wall of an article that was written in 91 when Damn Yankees played there. And on the other wall, they had like Grateful Dead or something, right? But it was just crazy that that room had the Damn Yankees one. So
Yeah.
I got some really cool photos of Jack just sitting there taking it in and, and, um, Jack, just out of nowhere, he'll always talk about he'll mention just how fun. I think he had really a lot of fun playing with Ted last summer. Um, and I hadn't watched it in a while, but there's a really good pro shot show from Japan in 93. All right. So it's multiple camera angles and stuff. It's Japan. And I watched it. I put it on while I was doing something maybe 6, 8 months ago, right? And it was just amazing. You gotta remember, this is 4 years in the damn Yankees. How I was just like, damn, these fucking kicking ass. I mean, they were just tight. They were a machine.
Yeah.
And not saying they never were, but so go look up Damn Yankees Japan 93 and watch that video. All right, where the hell is the new record? So the two new Friday music releases, and these things aren't cheap. They're like what, $40 a pop, right? And they're the only reason why I bought these is because we have a Night Ranger podcast, right?
That
And
ain't the only reason you bought those.
no, because when I knew said they were the gatefold, I didn't order them actually. I don't think right away either. I kind of hemmed and hawed, like it's just gold and red. It ain't like they're splattered or anything. It's just
Yeah.
solid color. I was not impressed with the gatefold, the last one I bought. And that's I thought, well, if I don't, I guess I probably need to. And so I ended up ordering it. Now, the only thing I got to watch out here is if you open it, this one has a sticker over it. So to save money, they print them both with the same barcode. And to distinguish one color from the other, they change the barcode with a sticker.
Sure.
So if you're really going to be a collector, you need to save a sticker. I reckon. So, all right. So here we go.
If you just rub that on your leg, the friction will open it up really quick and you won't have to worry about damaging it with a knife.
You got it
Just-
sharp enough. The only
just-
it won't damage someone's tummy.
Okay, Dundee.
That's not a knife.
Yeah. And also, it's got a little flashlight in there, so if I want to,
Just on the leg. Like a
look at this,
sawing
Brent.
action.
Look at this, Brent.
Ah, that's horrible.
I hope I win the lottery.
You're gonna get the same pixelated shit.
When I hope to win the lottery, so when you take a dirt nap, I'm going to give your wife and kids a decent amount of cash for your Kiss records. I'm just going to sit in your room
Open them.
and I'm just going to open these motherfuckers. Just sit there. Hey, it's the same pixelated inside.
Yep, I told you.
Oh, bummer.
All right, so what's different? Let's see here.
Is it the same exact? I mean, is it pixelated and everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
cool.
difference.
Sealed since 1983.
I like that. It's cool looking.
Yeah, I like the translucent.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Is it heavy?
No, they said it's 180, I think, but it don't feel like 180. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's 140. But Here's one thing I noticed. They used the same jacket because it has 1990 and 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So the black vinyl came out in 2018. We all know this came out late 2023. So they didn't redo the jacket. All they did was put a red vinyl inside. So there's that. So you know that the one with the sticker barcode is going to be the gold vinyl. Brett, look at that.
Why wouldn't you just pull it off to where you could push it back on there
Well,
instead
one,
of ripping it?
One, it's a gatefold. Two, I don't give a shit.
Mm. You better know what number that is to put with the vinyl, that barcode.
I got the sticker still. I'll
You
take
better
it
know
off.
which one you put in there.
All right, so still it's got the pixelation, blah 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 blah. Still does the same thing on there.
Yeah, that was not as cool.
I guess they say it's gold, but looks a little bit mustard yellowish. But
Yeah. I don't love that color.
No.
I mean, it's different with the light. When you hold up to the light, you got yellow. When you hold it down here, you got gold without like the light shining right on it. So there you go. I would probably assume these are almost the same labels as well. It's got the 2018. So anyways, there you go, man. You got the how exciting was that, man?
You know the thing I noticed about those two albums, Josh?
What?
Is you're $90 lighter in the wallet.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed.
But you know what? Listen, you know
kidding.
what? I do that for you guys out there listening. All right.
Yeah, you'll never get that out of me.
But
never.
Now if you have a $200 Kiss album of Paul Stanley scratching his nuts, old Brent there will grab both copies. But anyways, I did that because of you, my friend, the listener.
The viewer. That would be the viewer.
So yeah. And Friday Music, I mean, go check out their website. They got, probably stuff out there. Like, listen, that Damn Yankees, if you try to buy a Damn Yankees vinyl, like the original one of the originals, you're spending $80. So $40 is half price. That's not bad, right? So if you're, and I don't know what other ones they got out there. I know they did some Brittany Fox.
Yeah, they did Kicks. They did
So a lot of that shit's not on vinyl or was not pressed a lot. So that stuff's probably 60, 80, 100, $200. Who knows? And if you can get it for $40, then it's definitely well worth it. I know I think they did like the Twisted Sister Greatest Hits that came out in like 92, 93, which I loved all the live stuff on it. And I looked at it, but it was like $60. I'm like, you're not going to do
what is it? FridayMusic.com. I get an email from them pretty much every Friday. They'll send emails out.
Friday.
Well, they're on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come into Friday Music every Tuesday.
And I put up, I'm like, damn, how many kicks, KIX, blow my fuses does someone need, but.
Well, it's just cool that a record that was released 33, 34 years ago still getting reissued. And
but some of the stuff that gets reissued blows my mind. I mean, there's a Josh, I've been meaning to tell you about it. There's a collector's vinyl auction page on Facebook. And Andy, they're not too far from you, and they're just outside of Nashville. And it's called Collectco. And the guy travels up and down through the Midwest and buys collections. And the other night, he had two Brittany Fox, the first two albums, sealed. One sold for like $180 sealed, and the other one sold, I think, for $160, the second release. Wow. And I'm thinking, who the hell would spend more than $6 on Brittany Fox? Begin with, come on.
Well, listen, Everybody's got their
I
thing.
know, but Brittany Fox, $180. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, if that's, I mean,
Brittany Fox.
Brent, you have Peter Chris records back here.
Thank you.
Well, it's some that you've spent your own money on. Ace Frehley. There's people out there going, you're spending $100, on 2 Ace Frehley records, or it's just, I don't know, man. Whatever. If
Yeah, but
Hey,
you know,
people I
I
bumped
just,
into that say you have a Night Ranger podcast?
yeah.
Andy, name me one member of Brittany Fox, Andy.
There was
No, Andy.
There
Andy.
there was
Dizzy Dean.
Brittany.
Okay, you got Dizzy. Okay.
Dizzy, he's a hell of a pitcher too.
Because he went to Black Eyed Susan after that. But you had Michael Childs. You had, who was the drummer?
Yeah, but
Johnny D.
Here's the thing is, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
But
I can't name you all the guys in Judas Priest.
Well,
I couldn't name you all the guys in Iron Maiden. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm the wrong guy to ask. Ask Josh, he could probably name them for you.
I could name a few.
I'm a poser music fan.
I know what we were
You
talking
heard it here
about.
first. I said it.
Hey, if you're a Judas Priest or Iron Maiden listener, get hold of me because Brent and Andy are not.
Yeah, I mean, I could rattle off a handful of songs I love by those bands, but I couldn't
I
argue
remember
albums.
Andy and I went to see Quiet Riot open for Iron Maiden on the Peace of Mind tour, and we were about 5th row, dead center on the floor, hoping we were going to catch a Quiet Riot mask. And we sat down through 90% of Iron Maiden, and I remember we're sitting there and we're bored as hell, no cell phones back then. And all of a sudden I'm looking up and I'm just smacking Andy because Eddie is literally like leaning over us, and Bruce Dickinson's climbing up on things to rip his brain out with his mouth, and we were both like, yeah, during that part, but that was it.
Iron
I caught
Maiden,
a drumstick at that show.
Yeah.
I got a Nico McBrain drumstick.
that was his first tour, if I remember correctly. Or first album, at least.
Oh.
Quiet Riot.
Iron Maiden's a weird band too, where you talk about like original members, right? And when you think of Iron Maiden, you go to their first record. You got 2 guys from that record. And
with Steve Harris and Adrian.
No, Adrian wasn't on the first record.
Adrian wasn't the first one. Was it drummer?
Dave Murray.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Dave Murray.
So what was the drummer? Clive Burr. So he was on.
Yeah.
So the first record, Stratton was the guitarist. Adrian.
Okay, we're going to talk about him.
Yeah, Adrian Smith joined on the second record. Paul Di'Anno was the singer on the first 2 records, which Killers is probably my favorite Maiden album, and doesn't even have Bruce Dickinson on it. So Bruce Dickinson, 3rd record, so
yeah.
When that record had Clive Burr, so it would have been Peace of Mind would have been their 4th record, so that would have been Nico's first record. So, anyways, it's just when you think of that classic lineup of Iron Maiden, you're not even getting till the 3rd or 4th record for some of those guys, which I always think is unique.
Here's a little trivia for you, Josh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know whose album cover that is?
Is that Muse?
No. That's Anthrax's Stomp 442, one of the greatest Anthrax albums ever made.
No.
I learned the other day that this was the original cover. This was the cover for Balls to Picasso, Bruce Dickinson's solo album, but they didn't want to spend the money on it, so therefore they just wrote on a bathroom wall, Balls to Picasso. There's
there
your
you
Iron
go.
Maiden.
No.
You're not going to get that anywhere else.
Yep.
You start talking about Maiden, and it just reminded me of Stomp. So,
and another thing I like about Maiden is, so, in the 90s, they had different singer, Blaze Bayley, and they released some records that had some good stuff on it. And when Bruce Dickinson came back, there were some songs off those records he really liked, and they still sing some of those songs today.
Oh,
and they kept the guitar player.
Correct.
I don't know his name.
So Dave Murray Or no, not
Adrian's
Dave.
the one that
No, no,
left.
no, no, no. Adrian left. I'm trying to think. Janet Gears was a guitar player. Now, Adrian left right at the end of that classic era. So so Bruce was um still around for when Janet Gears was in Maiden originally. So was it the one album covered
Wicker
something?
Man.
No, that was a reunion. That's reunion. So like
Oh,
I don't know, the one where the Eddie's reaching out of the grave, and then No Fear of the Dark. So those two records, Bruce Dickinson, Janet Gears, who Janet Gears was also helping him solo. Dickinson leaves. Janet Gears stays in the band. They get Blaze Bailey, and then 99 2000 they get Dickinson back, and they bring Adrian Smith back, but they go ahead and keep Janet Gears. So now they got three guitars. So instead of just booting the replacement out, they kept the replacement and brought back Adrian Smith. So Janet Gears, a lot of rock fans will criticize him because he's very flamboyant, doing all this crazy stuff with his guitar. It does look a little, fluffy or whatever. But I was at a show seeing Maiden, and two people next to me just thought, and again, I wasn't close, I was farther back. They loved it. God, that guy's fucking all, so they were, just, to where, and I think it's from the last tour a year ago or so. He does this thing where he spins his guitar, and I think it flew off. I
Oh,
don't know if it went into the crowd or what, but yeah, look up Janik Gears, Gerrs, I think, like dance moves or stuff.
Yannick.
Janik, I don't know. I don't give a shit,
Might
you
be
know.
Yannick.
Yeah. Hey, in the US it's Janik. So anyways, there you go, your Iron Maiden. So listen, if you're
hot,
out, what
hot Iron Maiden talk.
hot
Yeah.
Iron Maiden talk. I guarantee you some people didn't know that Bruce Dickinson wasn't the original singer. And yeah, and the singer that they had before that, Paul Di'Anno, those first two albums of
He's
Birdie
not
Kill.
doing too well right now.
No, but again, I mean, how many people in their mid
I
60s
know.
do we know that's doing well? And but there's probably a lot of miles um on him, and you got to think too, man, how's that got to be Paul Di'Anno, and I'm with Iron Maiden, and we make two killer fucking records, and that's why you got to give credit to Steve Harris. Like he had a vision, and you make you're going up, and Killers is an amazing album and still is today, and you have I'm going to fire our lead fucking singer and get someone new because my vision is even beyond this,
Yeah.
and doesn't sound anything like our other singer, and it worked. I mean, Paul Di'Anno was a little bit grittier punk, and didn't have that operatic
Yeah.
thing that
That
Bruce has.
Dickinson has.
So yeah, it's just always amazing that, and I just remember as a kid, that's the one thing the music doesn't have nowadays. Nothing scary, you know. I mean, the only thing kids can do to scare their parents is listen to rap music because you know they're black. What are you listening to that for? It used to be Satan was the scary thing, right? And just remember the big banners of Eddie and Judas Priest and Ozzy with the blood and all that. And now
Good
they all
Oh,
times.
I wasn't allowed to have Ozzy or Kiss when I was a kid,
I don't think
but
I
but I had it anyway.
well, I just remember being like probably 5 years old
When I,
and seeing the Speak of the Devil record. And again, this is before Night Ranger, but
yeah,
seeing that at at a department store, and I literally thought I was looking at the devil.
yeah, I remember my mom told me I wasn't allowed to buy it, and I took my grass cutting money and I bought it anyway. And I had it like 2 months before she found out that I had it. The only reason she knew I had it is because Andy's brother had to come over to my house in the middle of the week and record it off my stereo.
Yeah,
And
no,
she's like, I told you you weren't allowed to have that. I'm like,
Just said
Still ain't
it's
worship. I said, still ain't worshiping the devil, Mom.
just said it's Tony's. It isn't mine.
Still ain't worshiping the devil.
My
Here's the
parents were not fans of me. They didn't want me to have Shout at the Devil when it came out. I wanted that, and they're like, no.
Nah, the best thing your mom ever did was tell you to get rid of your Guns N' Roses shirt that you.
Ugh.
Why you bought that, I have no idea.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever remember my mom telling me not to watch was George Michael, I Want to Have Sex when it was coming.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like,
I
you
want
know,
your sex.
yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like, it wasn't even like a big conversation. Like, I don't, I think they were
Yeah.
like going to premiere it or something. I was like, I don't want you watching that. And I was like, George fucking Michael, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like even as a, you know, 11-year-old, getting into girls, I was like, I guess I could turn it down. But fuck,
That's
I had a JC Penney catalog. I don't need no fucking MTV.
funny. I was
But
watching King of Queens the other night, and Doug is talking to Carrie about this guy he works with named Rico, and Rico talks like this, and every time he speaks like that, Carrie's getting turned on. She's like, Doug, talk like Rico.
Yeah.
So then Doug realizes that, well, he's only having so much sex because of the Rico talk. So he's at work talking to Deacon, and he's telling Deacon about it. And Deacon's like, well, talk like him. He's like, no. And all of a sudden, Deacon yells, Rico. He goes, how do the words of that George Michael song go? He goes, sex is a natural, sex is a fun, sex is best when it's one. And Deacon looks at Doug and he's, ooh, now I'm even kind of excited.
That was
Sorry.
a funny episode.
now your wife's going to hear you doing that from the
Oh
other
no, I
room.
showed it to her.
She'll
You're
just
gonna-
close the door.
and you'll
Rico.
but let's go all the way back to Damn Yankees. One thing I thought was interesting, just how the world has changed, is how did we find out about that? Right, you got your mom bringing home
I got the promo.
a CD.
I saw nothing in a magazine about it.
yeah.
I knew nothing about them coming out with
So,
anything.
And again, my aunt telling me. So it's just like, how delay. Night now. If Jack Blades, Ted Nugent, and Tommy Shaw would get in a room and started doing something, you would hear about it almost
That night.
instantly, right?
Yeah.
And for them to be doing something for 6 months, because they started this really, and I think you have to go back to our Damn Yankees episode, but Damn Yankees was originally Tommy and Ted Cardelloni, and then I knew his name at one time, Norman. Some guy named Norman was the bass player. They got together in '88. It didn't work out. 6 months later, they get back together. Jack Blades is available to bring Jack Blades in. But even back then, Cardelloni said it was called Damn Yankees. And they had Mystified and Come Again, I know, were two songs that they had before Jack joined. So anyways, you have all that. When we were in City, Jackson, Michigan, this last September, me and Jack went and got coffee, and he was talking about how they wrote the first Damn Yankees record there in Jackson at Ted's house. And I don't think Ted lives there. I know the house, they had to tear the house down. I don't know if they rebuilt it or there was something wrong with it or how old it was, but the house that they wrote it in is no longer there. But yeah. So it's just weird that, like, right up the road, Brent, you could literally have taken 75 and back then drive for 4 or 5 hours, not even that. And you could have been right where Damn Yankees was that whole summer, writing that first record. And if you knew about it, I know you would have. I would have. I didn't even drive. I would have ridden my fucking bike. And so it's just weird how times have changed. And I mean, even like little things. Remember when someone would be on the Johnny Carson show, and all right, and that was like the most instantaneous, right? They would record it that day and air it that night, maybe a day in between, but usually that's how they did it. And so back then you would hear, all right, my next guest, Brent Walter appearing this weekend, and it laughs at Washington D.C. and this place and blah blah blah. Then the fall, it's like they would give them, you don't hear that no more, but
That's how you'd find
yeah.
out.
For the
So,
record, Laugh sucked, by the way. It was horrible. Horrible place.
yeah,
I'll never play there again.
yeah, and but there we go. So, anyways, if you got the new Damn Yankee reissues, tell us what you think. Did you get the red? Did you get the gold? Did you get both? What were your first? When did you first hear about Damn Yankees? That's what I want to know. Put it in the comments on YouTube. Put it in the comments on the Facebook page. And
Yeah, in the comments, not a separate post. In the comments.
But yeah, let us know. Did you get the reissue? What you thought of it? And when you first heard Jack Blades is with a new group called the Darn Yankees. So, so if you're out there and you're finding us, you can find Fans of Motion, www.fansofmotion.com. I got the audio problem fixed, so I'm slowly uploading the last 3 episodes. I think I'm 1 episode back now. Try to do one every few days. So fansofmotion.com. We are on the Facebook's the big thing. Go to Fans of Motion on Facebook. Click join. There's almost 10,000 of us. I'm trying to do it organic. Like, and I don't want to push it on the Night Ranger pages.
You're right.
But
people find us.
I swear I've added people, and it's just stuck on 9.9. But Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, find us. We're there. Follow us. Follow us on Instagram. God damn it! Come on, follow us on Instagram. Get our numbers up there, and click subscribe. On YouTube. I mean, make me feel loved. And I think that's really it. So you guys can take the last words.
I don't have anything. Thanks for watching. If you're still here for this hot talk we've had we've gone from Damn Yankees to Iron Maiden. It's pretty riveting stuff.
Riveting.
I guess I need to get a baseball cap of some team you guys get Detroit and Houston representing. I don't have anything.
What the fuck is up with you in Houston?
Always been my second favorite team. Sex is a natural. Sex is a fun. Sex is the best when it want.
Oh yeah, gonna leave the ladies just a little bit dripping. All right, we will talk at you all next week. Later.
Hey, who knows the Damn Yankees? Brad does. Brad knows Damn Yankees. How about we play a Damn Yankee song, Brad? What do you say? Let's do a Damn. Come on, play your favorite, Brad. Come on.